Yo, Wagwan. In this video, I'm going to be revealing the secret behind how to blow up overnight on YouTube. I'm Jay Cartere from growonyoutube.com, if you didn't know, teaching you how to be better at YouTube marketing, online business, and music production. Now, this video is going to disappoint a lot of people because they do not like the truth. But if you're watching this video, I assume that you've been watching the rest of my videos and you are no stranger to the channel. And if that's the case, then this video is going to provide you a lot of value. However, if you're someone who wants a quick fix, who wants to, get big quick and blow up and all that sort of stuff, then you're probably going to dislike this video because you hate the truth. And the truth isn't as pretty as you'd like it to be. Now, how do people blow up overnight on YouTube? The thing you need to know is that you are probably not going to blow up overnight. Yeah, let's be real. You're probably not. And that's okay. You don't need to be honest. A very small minority of people blow up overnight on YouTube. And when you actually check out what they've been doing up until that point, you generally see that these are people who have been working on the platform, creating content for years. So to blow up overnight, it usually takes a few years to get to that point. Now, there are many reasons why it takes years to get to this point. And I think they may be reasons that you're not considering. Because in order to create content, in order to get good at creating content and create good content that people actually want to watch, you need to build a lot of skills. And this is a very long-term game. If you're not building these skills, you're not going to be able to make great content that people actually want. And if you do blow up overnight and you don't have a catalog of great content, or you're not able to make a bunch of great content, that's not going to do much for you. You might have a video that blows up. A variety of people will come to your channel, realize that you don't have that much content elsewhere, realize that you're not putting out more content. You won't convert those views into subscribers. And even if you do convert those views into subscribers, because your content is mediocre or terrible, it's just gonna, go back down to where it was eventually. So the truth is, you may not want to blow up overnight, especially if you just started out in this thing. If you just started out putting out content, you just started out trying to pursue a creative endeavor online, trying to build something out of, something that you love so that you can do it every day. I understand the urge to just want to have everyone know about you and know about your creative endeavors. Because I had it. I wanted to blow up immediately. I wanted to get signed and get saved and all that sort of stuff. But when I look back, it's like I wanted my music to blow up so that I could make enough money to make music for a living. But my music was mediocre at the time when I went to blow up. If I did blow up for that, I would probably be looking back with wish that song didn't blow up, because that's not really the music that I want to continue making. If you get what I'm saying. And that could be the same with your videos. It could be the same with anything you're pursuing. The truth is, when you start out, you're crap, yeah? There's a small minority of people that start out doing stuff and maybe you just have a natural affinity to it and you're okay at it. So if you start trying to do something like you're starting video editing, you're starting creating videos, you might start out being okay at it, but usually you start out being crap. And then over time, practicing, learning what works, learning what doesn't work, you get better at it. And then you get to the point where you're able to put out mediocre content on a reliable basis. And then at that point, that's when you can start shooting for greatness. But no one starts out being great. And I think too many people expect that to be the case. Like, you come into this thing and you expect to be the best person in 3 weeks. And when that doesn't happen, you get demotivated and you quit. Now, the big difference between the people who succeed in this thing and the people who don't is just that tenacity of not quitting. It's just that consistency of continuing to create, continuing to evolve, continuing to level up your skills. And that's what the long game is all about. Now, if you follow the channel, you know that I preach about the long game all the time. I'm not one to tell you to try to blow up overnight, because what comes with that is you could just lose it all overnight. Like, if you just blow up overnight from one video like that, that only works in your favor if you've got a catalog of videos ready to go or up already. If you don't have that and you only got one video that you put out, like if you put out your first video and that blew up, you'd be in a terrible position, to be honest, because at that point, you don't know how to make videos consistently and make them good. So if your video blew up, it might take you 2 weeks to get out another video, and by then you haven't capitalized on what's actually happened. Like, you haven't capitalized on the new attention and all that sort of stuff, and now people stop caring. So the skills are very, very important. Like, the skills that you build on this journey is the reason why it takes so long for you to get to the point where you can blow up overnight, because you need to learn video editing. You need to learn, how to write a good video, how to keep people interested, the subjects that people care about, and that sort of stuff. Like, in this video, I'm just making a video, from the dome, like no editing, from a mobile. So I don't care if this video gets no views whatsoever. Like, this isn't a video of me saying, yeah, this is a video I'm trying to get out there and all that sort of stuff. But if I wanted to make a video that got a bunch of views or whatnot, I know how to do that. I know what process I would go down to give myself the best chance for that to happen. But I don't tend to do that, to be honest. I focus on creating videos. Well, I do have my 3 videos a week that are focused on trying to rank in search, which allows me to continually bring traffic to my channel over time. And if you're new to the channel, you might be watching this video and you might see 20 views and like, what? Like, who's this guy? He says he's YouTube certified and all this sort of stuff, like, and he's making a full-time income, but he's got like 30,000 subscribers and he's got 20 views on this video. Yeah, that's because this isn't a video that I'm trying to get ranked in search. And when you do a lot of things on your YouTube channel, it really segments your subscriber base, and the way the YouTube algorithm works is if someone who subscribed to you doesn't watch a video, it just stops sending videos to that person. So you can't, like, subscribers isn't a number that matters at all in 2019, because that doesn't mean you're going to get a certain amount of views. That doesn't matter. That's why I teach my students to focus on search, because search engine optimization is forever. Yeah, there's never going to be a point where YouTube's going to change its stuff, its algorithm or whatever, or change its rules, and no one's going to search for things anymore. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, if you can rank in search, following my system and following my advice, then you will have views and subscribers coming to your videos forever. Now, if you was to just try and do something, trending, try and capitalize off a trend. For example, Game of Thrones just ended. If you was to try and make, 20 videos around Game of Thrones while that was coming out, which would have been a great idea, then you would have had a massive boost or you might have had a massive boost. Like, there's a lot of competition out there, and you never know what's going to happen. But if you make that many videos, one of them is probably going to pop off and give you some good results. So you could have made like 20 videos around Game of Thrones, and then you could have related it to whatever you do, and then you would have probably seen a nice boost in subscribership and views for that period. And then like 2 months later, that's done. Now you got to do the next thing. Now you got to chase the next trend. Now you got to keep you got to keep feeding the beast. And that's not where I want you to be. I want you to put yourself in a position like myself where you create a business or you create a framework that works for you, so you can pursue your creative endeavors. You can have fun. Like, I have fun making these videos. I don't care if people watch them, because I know only my inner circle is really going to watch these videos, and I know that I'm delivering a lot of value, and I'm really excited to make these videos. I've got a bunch of ideas and all that sort of stuff. But I've put myself in a position where I can just be creative. I don't have to worry, about what this video is going to do, if it does well, and all that sort of stuff, because I've already built a business that takes care of my financial needs. I've got my bills paid, and I've got money on top of that. That's like, what more do I need at that point? So that gives me the freedom to just pursue my creative endeavors and not have to worry about making those creative endeavors something, like compromising to make it something that people want to watch. Or obviously I make my videos as something that people want to watch, otherwise there's no point making them unless it's a vlog or something and I just want to get stuff off my chest. Like, I do still want to make content that people want to watch, because if you're putting it out, then you kind of, you have to do that. Otherwise, why would you do that? It's very selfish to just put out a video and just, put it out because you want to get views or something, which a lot of people do. And that's why no one cares about your video, because you're not caring about the actual audience. I make content that I'm very passionate about making this video because I know how it will help people. And obviously I want to make videos that help people. And to do that, you've got to make sure that people want to watch the video and that sort of stuff. But I don't care about this video getting 100,000 views. I don't care about this video, reaching mainstream or anything like that. I just want to reach my inner circle. I don't mind reaching 30 people. Like, that's great, because that's 30 people that got this knowledge who can then apply it to their life. And then in a year or whatever, they're going to come back and be like, yo, those were straight facts, cuz look at where I'm at now. Because that is how it is. If you just concentrate on, instead of trying to blow up overnight, instead of trying to get all these eyeballs on what you're creating, if you just try and get good at creating, you'll see great results. Because the thing is, in this journey, you build up so many skills over time, and it's that accumulation of skills that puts you in a position to do great things and to have more opportunities. Now, I've spent many years gathering skills. I could go through the list of the skills that I got. Songwriting, song engineering, music production now. I had music production before, but, sound engineering, video editing. I filmed music videos. What else? Video planning, script writing, blog writing, marketing, sales. A bunch of stuff in it. I could keep on going. Because there's just that many skills that I was forced to learn over the years. Graphic design for thumbnails and all this sort of stuff, because I didn't have the money to pay someone else to do it. And when you're forced to do that, you gain a bunch of skills and you get okay at them. But it's good to have that basis of being able to do these things yourself, so that you don't have to rely on someone else, and then you have no excuses for not getting stuff done. And just continually putting stuff out will really, really help you in your improvement, because you don't want to put out crap stuff in it. So you're going to try hard to make sure that it's good. And if you know that you have to put stuff out, you're going to continually make stuff. And as you continually make stuff, you'll get better at doing that. And your work process, like your workflow, gets better. So it's quicker for you to make videos, and then you can make more content. And it's all about just making a bunch of content. If you want to blow up on YouTube, make a lot of content. Like, that's what it's about. Make a lot of content that people actually care about. And if you focus on search, then you can make content that works for you forever, so that you don't have to be on that YouTube hamster wheel trying to, put out a video that gets 1 million views or all that sort of stuff. Like, that doesn't matter. Like, look at my channel. I've got, 37,000 subscribers now. I don't really count anymore. I remember someone commented the other day saying you got 37,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh, do I? I don't even know, because I'm not looking at that. That's not what I'm doing right about now. I don't care about growing the channel. That does nothing for me. The only thing that matters is profit. Like, that's the only thing that matters. Making sure that I've got enough money to pay my bills, so that I can continue creating content. Like, I can make these videos. I can focus on making music. And right about now in my life, I'm having a lot of fun focusing on doing creative things that I don't need to do to make money. And that's a great position to be in. Now, I did make a video recently about, the truth about doing something you love for a living. And the offset to that, it gets wild when you do something you love for a living. Like, sometimes it's like, that thing that I love is now work, innit? And in order to, what I found that really helps this process and has kept me happy and sane right about now, is basically doing some creative stuff where I can take my time. I don't care about what other people think about it. I don't care about trying to make it commercially viable or trying to make it something that other people want. And that's a great position to put yourself in, so that you can just create for the sake of creating. Like, that's so fun, bro. Like, imagine getting up every day and being able to create something like this. Like, being able, just making a video, putting the camera on, making a video, sharing your thoughts, and then going on to, make some music, sharing your I guess those are thoughts as well, sharing your story and all that sort of stuff, and making content that people actually like. But you're not sitting there, thinking, oh, people gotta like this. oh, I wish people would like this, because that's not where you make, well, you can make some great content from there, actually, if you go in it. Like, you should also think, I don't want to make this just crap. I want other people to like it. But if it's just something that's super creative for you, you don't have to do that. And I like that. I like being able to just make a song and be like, you know what, I don't know if people like this, but I do. Like, if you like it, that's all that matters. And as you create more content that you like, you'll create an audience around your content, because other people like that too. And it might be slow. You might get, 100 subscribers in 6 months, yeah? But that's probably because you're not putting out enough content and you're not trying to rank and doing the research and stuff. If you did that, you'd grow way faster than 100 subscribers in 6 months. Like, that's just the way it will work. But the thing with when you play the long game is you build financial security that works for you in your sleep, and you also continue to, build these skills. I forgot what I was going to say now. When you play the long game, totally forgot it now. Because I've put myself in a position where I can just be creative and like focus on that. So now I don't have to use my creativity to make money, although I'm going to do that as well, because I'm going to sell beats and all that sort of stuff. But when you play the long game, you don't have to continually put out videos that, please a certain market or whatever. That's what I wanted to say. When you play the long game, you get cumulative results. So what that means is, let's say I put up, I'm putting up 5 videos a week, yeah? Let's say my videos get like 20 views in the first week. Okay, that's 100 views to the channel. Okay, let's say I do that for 6 months, yeah? By the end of that 6 months, those videos are probably going to start getting like, 200 views or whatever per week, or maybe they'll still get 100, but that really doesn't matter. When you look back, through the 6 months, you'll see that a bunch of those videos have started popping off. A bunch of those videos have started bringing in thousands of views and whatnot. And as you just keep on making content, you keep on having those wins, and you keep on having the cumulative results, and the results just keep on coming because you've made such a backlog of content. Like, when you change your perspective from, okay, I need to get 1 million subscribers so that I can make money off AdSense, and you start thinking of this as a business, and you start thinking, okay, I need to provide value to a certain demographic of people that care about this value and are willing to pay for it. And then you make content around that value, and you provide that value, and then you sell something around that. You can make a comfortable living with like 5K subscribers. You could make a channel all about building PCs, and you'd probably get like 100,000 subscribers eventually, because a lot of people want to know about that. I want to know about that. But like, let's say you made a channel about building PCs, which is like super boring, to be honest. Like, I think that's super boring. Yeah, you might think that's super exciting, but that's the point. There's probably like 100,000 other, more than that. But let's say there's 100,000 other people who are super excited about building PCs. So let's say you make a bunch of videos about building PCs. You make 300 videos showing people how to build PCs, and then maybe you release a guide on how to build, specific types of PCs and all that sort of stuff. Or you make a service where you build PCs for people and you send the stuff out. And because you've built such a niche target audience that care about this specific thing, you don't need 1 million subscribers at all, because it's going to be so much easier to convert your audience to buy something from you, because they're so interested in what you're talking about, and you're providing specific value to that type of person who is willing to pay for it. That's why, I suggest that you don't make content for kids, because the only upside to making content for kids is they have disposable watch time. So you'll get more views, and you may get more watch time, and then the YouTube algorithm will promote you to more people. But if you get like 3 million views and you get 2 sales, what was the point of that? It's better to get 10,000 views than you get 50 sales. Am I right? you might, if you do not agree with that, then you're on the next thing. Like, I'm not for you. I'm not for you, because I'm all about logic and getting this paper and keeping it moving so that we can do what we want for a living, innit? So if you'd rather just be popular or be famous than actually have the cash in the bank at the end of the day, I'm not for you. This channel ain't for you. I'm sorry about that, innit? Like, I'm not on that wave, innit? I don't care about being famous. I don't care about having a bunch of subscribers. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. I just want to be able to do what I want for a living. And you can do that if you're smart about it and you build a real business instead of just trying to get numbers for the sake of getting numbers, because that's not going to help you in the long term. Because when you become irrelevant, like a lot of these, you know, big YouTubers do, they are relevant for a very long time. You know, they have their run, like everyone cares about them, or not everyone, but like a bunch of people on the platform are talking about them, making videos with their names in the titles and stuff. And then 2 years later, it's the next people that they're making videos on and whatnot. You need to think, how are you going to build a long-term business that doesn't die after 2 years? And if you see what most people do, who continue, you know, being able to do what they want for a living, they build a business. Like, but no one's telling you about this. So I'm not surprised if you think it's just, you know, an AdSense game, it's just a views game, but that's not what it is at all. But let me get back to my point about, you know, making content for kids, because I tell people to stay away from that and to make content for adults because they got more disposable cash, which is more relevant to you if you want to go full-time in a reasonable time period. If you want to go full-time in a year, focus on creating content for people who have money to pay for products. Like, don't make content for people who ain't got no money. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know you might be watching this and you might have no money. Fair enough. That's okay. You can use all my free content to get to a point where you got some money and you're able to, you know, do more of what you want. But I'm not making content for 14-year-olds. You might be 14. I'm not making content specifically for 14-year-olds. I'm making content for people who are 25 and up, yeah? So the good thing about making content for like 11-year-olds or 14-year-olds is it's dead now. Like, you get the algorithm boost and all that sort of stuff, which may bring in, you know, more older people to your channel, which is, you know, great. Like, that's all the stuff that's happening now. But the long-term vision in that is that these kids grow up. So if this person's like 14 today, 4 years later they're 18, they might have some money. They probably won't, to be honest, because they'll be in like university or college. If you're in America, they'll probably still be broke, so you might have to do a whole 10-year span to get to where they're at a point where they're able to spend money with you. But if you evolve over time and you don't continually try to, you know, focus on 14-year-olds, then that audience member that was 14, you know, 10 years ago, when they become 24 and you're making content for 24-year-olds, then, you know, they're going to have a really, really deep connection with you. And when they want to buy something related to what you do, they're going to come to you because they've known you for 10 years. Like, I've known Philip DeFranco, I don't know him, but I've watched his channel for like, I don't know, at least 5 years. When I want news, Philip DeFranco is where I go. So I hope that makes more sense in terms of, you know, playing this long game, because I really want you to come off this thought that, yo, I'm gonna blow up overnight. Like, I gotta put out 7 videos and blow up. Like, I put out over 1,000 videos before I started making a full income off this thing. And my hope is that you don't have to do that. That's why I put out this information, because it was a long process of figuring out what worked. But if you watch my videos and you take in my information and you actually apply it, then you won't need to take that long. You can do this in a year. If I was to start again today, I can do this in a year. Especially if I didn't like have a split variety channel, because I put out a variety of content on a variety of different subjects. So I don't grow as efficiently in specific niches as I could if I focused on one specific thing. That's why when I teach, and I teach you to focus on one specific thing. Don't do what I do, because I'm in a position where I can do what I do now. Like, I can do that, and I don't have to worry about niching down and making sure that I'm giving myself the best chance to get discovered, because I don't care about getting discovered at this point in time. But if you do care about getting discovered, niche down to one specific thing that you're most passionate about. That there's an audience for as well. And to be honest, there's an audience for anything. If you're passionate about something, there's going to be other people who are passionate about it too. But what I really want to instill in you is this knowledge that things will take longer than you expect. To become an overnight success, it's going to take at least a year of getting good. You're probably crap at whatever you're trying to do now. You need to get good. And the only way you get good is by consistent practice. I mean, every single day, not every other day, none of that, yeah? We're on an everyday thing over here, yeah? If you want to get good at something, do it every day. If you do it every other day, it's just going to take you double the amount of time. So do it every single day. I don't care what's going on that day. Yeah? You can find an hour to do anything every single day. And if you can't find an hour to do that, then you need to basically clean up how much time you're wasting. You're probably wasting time on Twitter or on Instagram or on Netflix or whatever, but there's always time to be cut down in order to do what you think is going to get you where you want to get to. And if you continually work to where you want to go on a consistent basis every single day in a year, your skills will improve so much, yeah? And that's what I want you to focus on. Not focusing on the numbers of subscribers, because that doesn't matter, or the numbers of views, because that really doesn't matter for now. Like, really what you need to focus on is just getting good at your craft, getting good at making videos, getting good at making tutorials, getting good at making music, getting good at whatever you do. Focus on getting good at it. Focus on getting better at it every single day. That's why this channel exists, to help you be better at YouTube marketing, online business, and music production. So if you're crap at YouTube marketing or online business, get better. Focus on getting better. Don't focus on trying to get more numbers. That's not going to help you if you're crap. It's just going to bring people to see that you're crap. Like, you need to get good. And it's kind of like if you was in a sport. If you was to start playing an instrument, you start mediocre, you start crappily, and then over time, consistently doing it, you build that skill. This is all skills. Like, everything that you see here is all skills. Everything on this channel that I'm showing you how to do, it's all just skills. It's all just things that I've learned over time. Like, I do believe that I've had an inherent desire to be an entrepreneur all my life. I'm unsure if I've had an inherent aptitude, or I've had, a certain brain that works for that. I'm very analytical and all that sort of stuff. But anything that I do can be learned, because I learned it, innit? Like, anything that you think, oh my God, that person's super talented, you can learn it. And this is what I want you to understand, because once you understand this, you realize how many opportunities there truly are available to you, and you stop having these limiting beliefs of, oh, I can't do that, man. Like, that person's sick at what they do. I wish I was able to do that. You don't need to wish. You need to put in a year of hard work. 5 years of hard work. Let's be real. Sometimes it might take longer. Like, you might not be as efficient as a person to get things done in 1 year. Like, I've built up that time of being able to learn things, which is another skill. So I can learn things quickly and, get to a good point in a year or whatever. But it might take you longer than that. And I just want you to be comfortable in the process of getting good and enjoy the process of just being able to create things, and then try to get better at creating things. And if you focus on that over growing, over, getting more numbers, you'll be happier, because you'll just be comparing yourself to yourself, and you'll be able to look back and be like, wow, I've really, really improved. And you actually reach the goals that you're setting. You'll actually reach those goals. You'll get more subscribers. You get more people interested in your stuff as you continually put out content, which will cumulatively get you results over time. And as you continually get better at your craft, which will allow you to put out even more content and better content, which will gain you a bigger, fan base and more views and all that sort of stuff. So I hope this gave you some insight into the long game and how to play it, and how to become an overnight success on YouTube, because I know that's what a lot of people want. A lot of people want to put out a few videos and blow up, but usually it doesn't work like that. Now, most people are going to have to go through the grind. And if you're not willing to go through the grind, then it's probably not going to work out for you. You need to really love this thing. You need to really love making videos and putting out content. And once you love that, it's easier to stay on the grind, because you like what you're doing, so you want to get better at it. I'm trying to teach you to get better for a reason. Like, your goal in your mind should always be, I want to get better at, like, every day at whatever you're doing. You want to get better. You want to get better at this. Maybe you got a few other skills you're working on that you need to get better at. You should always be trying to improve, always be trying to learn. And that's how you look back in 5 years and you realize you're a completely different person with a completely, you know, great set of skills that gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want now. And that's how it works. It's not easy. You don't flip a switch. It's not overnight. You know, you read a book and now you know everything. It's a consistent process that's never ending. You never stop learning, because when you stop learning, you start stagnating. You never stop learning. You always continually get better at your skills until you get to the point where it's just easy. And then once you do that, you learn another skill. That's what I like doing. I like learning the skill until it's easy and then moving on to a next one and getting another skill under my belt, because this is the future. The future is skills. If you've got a skill that can solve someone's problem, you can make money. That's how simple it is. That is how simple it is. If you don't have skills that can solve people's problems, you're not going to make money. You're going to be broke. That is the way it works. So, hope this video has helped you out. It's over 30 minutes now, so I should probably stop. But if you don't already know, you haven't already signed up for my free course, there'll be a link down below in the description. And that free course will teach you the 5 most important steps to YouTube success. These are the steps that I went through to be able to wake up and do what I want every morning, to be able to do these 30-minute videos that won't make me any money, but I don't care because I don't need to make money from these videos. So yeah, link in the description. It'll be in the pinned comment and, you know, the cards and all that sort of stuff. Or you can go to growonyoutube.com/free course. Or if you've already gone through my free course and now you want a little bit more in-depth information, you want step-by-step everything that I did to actually get to this point, you can go and get my YouTube For Noobs course. That is my premium course. It ain't cheap. So if you ain't willing to spend the peas, you ain't willing to invest in yourself, don't even check it out. It's a waste of your time. Like, only go-getters can go through that course, and only people who are really willing to cough up the cash and apply the system are able to get in that course, because that's who I want in there. I don't want people who are like, oh, I'll just get this and I'm not going to use it. Like, what's the point? What's the point? So the price will be going up, and it's going to continue to go up to weed out the people who aren't really going to take the information and apply it. But if you're broke and you're like, oh, you know, I'd really like to go through your course, Jay, but I don't have the money to do it, then buy the book. There's a book version that's less than $100. Grab that. But the thing is, with free information, people don't use it. I put out so much free information. You could go through my whole channel and watch it for like 3 weeks, probably more than that, and learn all the stuff that you need to know to go full-time online. And then, but the thing is, most people won't use it. And, you know, it might be long to find everything. It might not be that convenient. The course is more convenient. You can go through that. But when you spend money on something, you're more likely to follow through. That's why these days I like spending money on stuff, because I spent like $1,000 on VSTs and stuff. And now you can bet that I'm producing on a regular basis because I spent all that damn money. Because when you got skin in the game, you do the work. You do the work. When it's free, it's like, yeah, I'll get around to it. I get around to it, cuz. When you spend some money, you make shit work. Like, you're not gonna spend £800 and be like, I'm not gonna make beats, cuz. What are we doing? But when you buy Omnisphere and all that sort of thing, and you see your bank balance get that negative, you know, 850 or whatever, you're like, okay, music production is what we're doing, cuz. So yeah, hope this video helped you out. I don't want to go on too long because I don't know who is getting to the end of these videos. But if you did get to the end of this video, maybe I'll do something special. Maybe I'll give you a discount on the book or something. If you get to the end of this video, type Bumble Pickle, because that's a weird word that no one would come up with, yeah? Bumble Pickle. Type Bumble Pickle in the comment section, yeah? And if you're looking for a discount on the book or course, let me know and we'll see what I can do. So say Bumble Pickle, I'd love a discount, cuz. I'd love a discount. Or just say Bumble Pickle, and maybe you got a question or something, and I'll definitely answer your question at that rate. Or maybe, you know, we can talk a little bit deeper or whatever. I want to do something for the people who are actually watching these to the end, because that shows me that you are really about this life. You're not joking. You're not a player. You really want to succeed and you really want to reach your goals. And that's like me. And I want to connect with more people like me who are really, really on this thing. And not people who are half-hearted, who think, maybe I'll do this thing. Like, I'll get around to it. No, I want people who are like, yo, like, this is my life. So if that's you, let me know. Bumble Pickle in the comment section. Peace out. I'll see you in the next one.